Word up. They dropped that, man, immediately. What's going on? This is Down to End Sports Talk. It's Tuesday night, 8:15. You know the vibes. Left-handed right here at RM Des on Twitter. That's YADABEAR over there. You know what I mean? Making it do what it do. We're going to get into some things tonight. Have some fun, of course. We live on YouTube, StreamYard, Facebook, all that. Come get down with us. Leave a comment in the comment section. Come get down in the green room with us. Come rock out with us, man. You know what I mean? Let your voice and opinion be heard and all that. It's holiday season first and foremost. We want to wish everybody out there happy. You know what I mean? And announcement. See, now even YADABEAR is like, what are you gonna say? What are you gonna say? What are you gonna say?
What?
Listen, it's holiday season. Everybody's gonna be, doing the visiting thing and coming over people's houses, going to see family that you really haven't got a chance to see due to what's been going on the last couple of years. People are outside. This year, everybody's gonna be outside. They're gonna be outside, inside, doing what they do. Yeah. So, in honor of that, and in thought to that, we are going to continue the plate review. The annual plate review is back. Trust and believe. So what happens with that is that, when you go eat, have dinner, things at your people's house or whatever, you got that plate that you love. You got that plate that you really ain't feeling. And you got that plate that's, let's see, how do we say this? Trash. We're going to talk about it. Next week, we're going to talk about it. Plate reviews. So there's been a lot of, some arguments started over the plate reviews in prior years. Some relationships have been ended over the plate reviews over prior years. So one never knows, but the truth will come out. So you better get your collard green on, your turkey on, your potato salad on, whatever you do, because it gets crazy out here in these streets. Word up. But we're in the building, man. We're gonna have some fun this holiday season, man. However you choose to celebrate, you know what I mean? May you get to where you need to get to, hug your family, see your family, do all that good stuff. You know what I mean? Leave the political conversations at the door. You know what I mean? Yeah. But at the end of the day, enjoy your family and do all that good stuff, and have some cranberry sauce. Word to cranberry sauce. See, I got the cranberry sauce shirt on. I'm representing for Del Monte. Shout out to Del Monte. South Carolina, once again, Dawn Staley proves that, a team that she coaches or she's involved with is always going to have tenacity, play the full 40 minutes, do what it does. And, Aaliyah Boston, played through a difficult first couple of minutes of the game, and she caught two early fouls. I was talking to Yada on the phone. He was like, "Yeah, the second one was a bad one. The first one was all right, but the second one was
The second one was like, you didn't even have to do that. Yeah, it was a bad foul. And Dawn snatched her out of there immediately, because sometimes your star got to sit and think about that, because we need you out on the court, and you out here committing bad fouls when you didn't even have to do that. So with her taking her out early, I thought that was a good move on Dawn's part. Like I said, sometimes your stars got to sit there and stew and just think about the actions that she's taking on out there on the court. It was a hard-fought game. Shout out to Stanford. Stanford, they nothing to play around with. They came in ready to play, and they definitely wasn't intimidated from South Carolina. They was out early double-digit lead in the first quarter.
Yeah.
And everybody else, on South Carolina, they had to step up, because they couldn't really rely on Aaliyah, in that first half, because of her foul trouble issues. And it was good to see South Carolina actually battle back from adversity, because they have always been the favorite. They have been just destroying teams left and right. So to see them have to struggle and fight back, use that whole 40 minutes to come back, and then go into overtime to win. That was really good to see.
Absolutely, absolutely. And talking about Leah Boston, she fouled out with 29 seconds left with South Carolina up 73-69. The Gamecocks held on. Now they're 4-0. Again, and again, that's a testament to Dawn Staley and the teams that she coaches. They've won 16 straight games against ranked opponents. All right. The last time that they lost a game against a ranked opponent was 2021 in the Final Four, ironically against Stanford.
Yeah, it was Stanford. Yeah.
Yeah. So again, Stanford, being, they did it on the road. You know what I mean? So again, you talk about South Carolina, women's basketball team. They've done everything. I think that offense was a little inconsistent last year, and it still seems like they're trying to figure it out. You know what I mean? Because they get so much accolades. Everybody knows them now. They're not going to surprise anybody no more.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
And I feel like they are so they rely so much on Aaliyah Boston that they're gonna have to find that other consistent piece because she's gone. When you think about she's out of here next year.
Right.
This is it. This is her last year. She's going to be in the WNBA. She's going to be in the next level next year. So this right here, one, yes, it's a time to celebrate and admire her while she's still there. But two, they also have to establish that second consistent scorer who's going to step up and be the leader for next season. You always have to look ahead. And that's what I'm hoping to see throughout the season and through the tournament. Who's gonna step up and be that second consistent scorer and that potential leader for next season?
Absolutely. Again, when you talk about South Carolina, their offense struggles, but their defense is very, very intimidating. I think they held Stanford to 7 points in the fourth quarter. So again, they their physicality and stuff like that is very intimidating. So they bring that big body presence to the table, and rebounding and things of that nature is very, very important. You got to keep them off the glass if you want to beat them. But I think that what you said earlier is that they find a way to win. All right, in a tough atmosphere. You know what I mean? Everybody's watching. All the eyes are on them. You know what I mean? Even though it's an NFL Sunday, you know what I mean? People still talk about, hey man, you watching that South Carolina Stanford game? You know what I'm saying? So again, shout out to Dawn Staley, shout out to Stanford, shout out to South Carolina, shout out to everybody, man. Because again, we talk about it over here and we watch it. You know what I mean? So again, that's how we rock out. Down in sports, man, we in the building, man. It's Tuesday night. You know how we give it up. Let me shout out Saudi Arabia
for getting that win.
Yeah, we rock with the World Cup over here too. Salute.
Getting that
Saudi
win.
Arabia over Argentina.
A tough Argentina. Like Argentina is one of those teams when you think about like in the world of European soccer, European football. When you think of teams like Argentina, they are like one of those powerhouse teams because this is where they thrive at.
Right. They're supposed to win. They were supposed to win the whole thing.
And Saudi Arabia not only winning, but held them to one goal.
Right. Absolutely.
Was crazy. And this is a team that this is the first year that the Saudis have been like they haven't really been in the World Cup.
Well, they're in it now.
Well, they listen. They put 2 points up against them. One, so they definitely in that. The U.S. team, they won, but they only put up. No. Actually, they didn't even win. It was a draw. Yeah, it was a draw, and they only put up 1 point. See, if people don't realize, in the World Cup, you get more points for scoring more points because you have to get out of your field. to
Right.
make it to.
It's a aggregate score. All the goals that you scored throughout the tournament. Right. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So you had to accumulate enough points to get out of your draw to get to the big dance. Like this right here is just really like process of elimination games. Like you got to get enough points to get out of this field so that you can get into the big dance, which is the World Cup tournament. So
fortunately, this is not like 88 things of that nature. Because if you lose, you lose. If you know what I'm saying, if you know, you know. Yeah. You know what I mean? Because those countries do not, take losing the World Cup lightly.
Nah.
So like they will. How do you say? How do you say? Yeah, they will disappear you.
They will.
You know what I mean? So, Saudi Arabia, I know, you're gonna get free whatever for the rest of your life. This is life changing. I mean, they really talk about this as like the biggest upset ever, and it's like bigger than Buster Douglas over Mike Tyson.
Yeah, this
you know what I mean?
Like when I can guarantee you when Argentina looked at their group play and seeing who they was grouped with, they instantly marked this game with a W. It was no thought about it. They probably looked after
they finished rolling on the floor laughing and shit, right?
Yeah, like, oh, we got these guys.
We got these Word.
Yeah, well,
life come at you fast, don't it?
Well, look what happened with these guys, because these guys beat you. So that was interesting. I'm as interesting to see. I'm interested to see what these U.S. team going to do next, because it don't get any easier. The next game, I believe they play was it France? No, England. Excuse me. They play England next, so that's going to be a tough battle. And
they looking like if Saudi Arabia could beat Argentina, what's the United States problem?
Yeah, listen, that's going to be a tough match, especially from just putting up 1 point against Wales.
Hey, Yada, ain't nobody got no excuses no more.
Nah,
you ain't got no excuses no more why you can't win. Saudi Arabia beat. It wasn't a tie. No. It wasn't a draw. It wasn't none of that. They beat them straight up.
No, but you know what they're going to use? They're going to say, well, this American team is very young, which they are. They are young, but, I mean, at the end of the day, age has nothing to do with it when you're on the field.
Right. How old is the Saudi Arabia team? Right. I mean, again, you know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Yeah, you could all the excuses that you use and all the criteria and all the stuff that you use. All somebody gonna say is, well, Saudi Arabia wasn't worried about that. They went out there and played the game of their lives, literally. You know what I mean, and went out there and won.
Yeah,
won.
That's true.
I would like to. I like to know who bet on Saudi Arabia to win. Somebody did.
Some oil tycoon.
From
Saudi Arabia.
Yeah, let me just throw this $2 billion on Saudi Arabia. They ain't gonna win.
There we go.
Yeah.
Oh, look at that. My friend.
Oh man, bird up. I gotta do this. I gotta take a couple of minutes to salute everybody that rocks with us, that's been rocking with us, that's gonna rock with us. We got some things coming in 2023. That's the Jordan year. Absolutely. We're gonna do some things and make some things happen, man. Because again, some things is percolating behind the scenes. We'll talk about it, but we don't talk in riddles over here. So again, just be ready, be prepared. Come rock out with us. Shout out to OG Woods. Shout out to Slate.
Yeah.
Shout out to Kia. Shout out to Sonny Cruz, of course. Shout out to Sean Strong. Shout out to YADABEAR. Shout out to everybody that rocks out down in sports. All the new members, man. Without y'all, man, we would just be another faceless group on Facebook. like everybody else. Participation is key. All right, check this out. I got to do this for my hockey people. Y'all be beating me in the head, pestering me, hounding me. Yes, we talk hockey over here too. I'm gonna slide in a couple of things about so far this NHL season. The New Jersey Devils going crazy. We're gonna start at the top. Again, I think that the New Jersey Devils are surprising everybody at 16-3. Again, it's good when you catch people not prepared for you being good. You know what I mean? And I don't think the Devils really actually realize how good they are right now. And they're having fun with the season, but yet and still it's early. Again, that's why I didn't really want to get into the hockey conversation until about 20 games in. All right. But yeah, the Devils are looking like, they're going to do some things, but also the Yankees were 72-19. And you remember what happened. You already know. I'm not ever going to let them forget. And I saw that Aaron Judge talked to the San Francisco Giants today, so we're going to get into that later too. I saw that. Right. The Boston Bruins, usual suspects. Big injuries. Linus Ullmark, their goalie, has played a large part in keeping them afloat. They've been without Jeremy Swayman for a couple of weeks, but I think the fact that Ullman, with his experience, he's used now to being between the pipes every night. Even though he's considered a backup. I think that with the Boston Bruins having a strong second goaltender, that's keeping them at a surprising rate, and they're actually rocking with the New Jersey Devils because their record is 17-2, while the Devils are 16-3. So the East is crazy right now. A team that I've been rocking with since their inception, the Las Vegas Golden Knights. Last year wasn't an optimum year. They've only been in the league 4 years. Last year was their worst season. They've had a 9-game winning streak this season already. It got snapped against the St. Louis Blues. Jack Eichel. Now, he's a name that you should know if you're a hockey fan. He got traded from Boston to Vegas. They went back from Buffalo to Vegas. He went back to Buffalo and got into it with the fans. He should have been helping them shovel some snow, but that's another story. The Golden Knights are trying to do what they do in the West, and I think that once they get their bearings back, I think they have a couple of people that are out. They'll be back to where they need to be. The Carolina Hurricanes, their record is 10-5, but they have 4 ties. So again, they're playing decent hockey. Again, it's early in the season, but they're contributing and they're getting contributions from all over. The goaltending has been not a weak link. It's not been a strong suit for them either, but I think they're surviving right now. I want to talk about the New York Islanders. 9-2 in their last 11 games. The Gorton's Fisherman uniform is cracking. Once again, it's on. The Gorton's Fisherman uniform, right? I think, this season, it's been offense that's been doing the heavy lifting for this team. When the last few years it's been defense. I think that they allow a lot of chances and they get away with it. And I think that, that shows a sign of a team that kind of like sometimes plays, out of control, but smart enough to know not to let the puck into the net. So again, they went 9-2 in their last 11 games, and they're beating quality teams. They're not beating bums out here. You know what I'm saying? And that's basically what I wanted to talk about. We're going to get into more of that, as the season progresses and stuff. But I just wanted to let my hockey people out. Salute to y'all that we cover that too. You know what I mean? And that's that. Oh yeah, let me talk about the Flyers since Yada's in the building. You know what I mean? And she'd probably beat me up if I don't talk about the Philadelphia Flyers a little bit. Started off, nice, like everything else was going on in Philly. They've hit their first little bump in the road. You know what I mean? I think John Tortorella, he can rally the players. I don't say he's a great coach. He's been around a lot. He's been in a lot of stops. He's a winner. I think that he's the perfect coach for those guys, for that city. I think that before it gets away, because you have the Metro Division, you got the Rangers, you got the Islanders, you got the Bruins. So before it gets away, you want to kind of like get that mojo back that you had to start the season when you guys were hot. You know what I mean? I don't know if we're just riding the crest of what the Phillies and the Eagles were doing and the Union were doing in Philly. But the Flyers now and the Sixers, we're going to get into that too. The Flyers, it's shine time. You can't hide behind the Eagles' undefeated record no more. You know what I mean? It's shine time. And I'm going to say that too for the Rangers and the Islanders. It's shine time. You know what I mean? Aaron Judge and the Yankees and the Mets and all that free agency stuff. No, don't hide behind that. Do what you need to do. And if you want to get some good hockey talk, rock out with us here down in Sports Talk, and we got you covered. All right. Eagles were in Indianapolis playing Andrew Luck's favorite team.
Listen. Let me just there's a lot of teams in the NFL that I just truly dislike, just all around dislike. The Texans, the Browns, the Cowboys, of course, and the Colts. And I've been hating the Colts for ever since Andrew Luck got there.
Since that fateful Saturday afternoon when it popped up on the screen that Andrew Luck was retiring from the NFL. Yeah.
Well, not even when he retired. Just when they got him, because he's such a talented, he was so talented and such a great replacement, from Peyton Manning left.
Mm-hmm.
Then it's like, well, what's going to happen? And then they drafted this guy, Andrew Luck, who was amazing. Who all that they had to do was protect this guy.
Right.
Get this guy.
That's right.
Offensive line. That's all they had to do was protect him. And they failed to protect him to the point where he was having not only external injuries like an ankle or a ligament here, but like an internal organ injury. Like an organ that you need to
organ injuries.
Like a very, very important organ that you need to live. Until the guy woke up one day, like, you know what? I'm tired of this. I'm tired of waking up in pain. I'm tired of going to the bathroom and seeing blood. I'm young. I want to be able to grow old.
Enjoy life. That's right.
So this right here is not for me. And I blame Jim Irsay. He should not be able to own a team for his own personal issues. He's out.
Right.
We all know everything he was out there doing.
That's right. That's right. Driving with a car full of drugs.
Right, but he's still able to own a team.
Mm-hmm.
So we got that. Then you had this coaching dilemma. You had Chuck Pagano, Bruce Arians. We all know Chuck Pagano had cancer. He went out. He
and you had Jim Caldwell.
He had Jim Caldwell too, but let's just focus on the last two because he had Jim. We already know what happened with that.
Yeah,
he out of here. But you bring in Chuck. Chuck, Chuck was okay. Okay, he's a defensive coach, but you have this genius of a quarterback. You have a defensive coach and the genius of a quarterback. It doesn't match up. He has cancer. He goes out for his treatment. His man underneath him, Bruce Arians, offensive genius, offensive coach. He had this team rocking and rolling to the point where they almost went to the Super Bowl. But this guy, Andrew Luck, he's still young. So he's still got time to get there. You know, he going against a juggernaut with Tom Brady, you know, in New England in his prime. He also had to deal with, you know, the defensive specialist that was happening in Baltimore. And then you still had a guy in Peyton Manning who was in Denver still throwing ducks, but was productive ducks back then, you know? So all of a sudden, you know, boom, Chuck gets better. His cancer is in remission. And so you let go Bruce and you keep Chuck. You know why? Because you can't fire someone who just beat cancer. That's what happened. You can't fire a guy who beat cancer, even though it's the right decision for your team. It's the right decision for the guy who's supposed to lead your team, which is Andrew Luck. Chuck Pagano has been murdering this guy slowly each year. He has died more and more. But no, you can't fire a guy who beat cancer. So they lost a great coach. They lost a great coach because of that. And ever since then, they never recovered from that. They never recovered from the loss of Andrew Luck. And I feel like this team, that organization will always, this is their karma. This is karma at its finest for the Colts. And last night, Sunday morning, Sunday afternoon, Eagles went there. They didn't play their best. You know, Jonathan Taylor, again, out there running like crazy because, you know, we have an issue with stopping the run. Even with our two new addition with Joseph and Sue. Mm-hmm. You know, they came in first half. It was, you know, still a little shaky. Mm-hmm. Jonathan Taylor's still out there running all crazy. But we buckled down in the second half and got back in it. Like I was telling OG Wood, because he came in my inbox and was like, you know, you guys escaped. And I said, yeah, we did. I said, but you know, that's why football have two halves. That's why we play 4 quarters, not just 2. It takes all 4 quarters to win the game. And at the end of the day, like I told you, we play football on Sunday, not on Saturday. So Jeff Saturday, you wasn't having that magic against us that you had against the Raiders, because we play on Sunday.
And I wanna, you know, jump in front of the arrow that's gonna come, because I remember we talked about how the AFC West was going to revolutionize the game, and every game in the AFC West was going to be so dope, and it was all about the AFC West. But all of a sudden, the Cowboys and the Giants and the Eagles and Washington to a certain degree, like, yeah, hold my drink. I got something I want to say about that.
Yeah,
I think that, you know, this football season, a little bit more than any other, has been, you know, topsy-turvy. You know, hear whispers of the P word, the parody word, where, you know, any team can beat any team on any given Sunday is held, you know, true in this season. You know, way a little bit more than others. Again, I don't want to say anybody's going to be a Super Bowl winner in, you know, November. You know, but some teams who we thought were not going to be that good are trying to turn the corner. Some teams who, you know, started out really, really good and really, really, you know, on point, now are starting to hit that little bump in the road. One team in particular who I want to talk about right now for a couple of seconds is the Kansas City Chiefs. Everybody was ready to I'm gonna see for me. I'm not gonna put everybody in there. We're ready to write them off. Like here come the Chargers, the Raiders, and the Broncos. But the Kansas City Chiefs seems like they were this is a better edition of the Chiefs than been in the last couple of years.
Yeah.
All right. Everybody was people were so worried about Tyreek Hill and how him not being on the team anymore was going to affect the Kansas City. It hasn't affected them one bit.
Not at all. Nope.
And again, they're looking like, for me, they're looking like the clear-cut favorites. I told you, Yada, about the Buffalo Bills.
Yeah, no, you did.
You know what I'm saying? I don't trust them as far as I can throw them.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Cleveland's getting ready to get a little battery in their back, but they not know what they're going to get with Deshaun Watson. That's going to be the story for the next couple of weeks coming up.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I think that when you talk about the Kansas City Chiefs, they're not doing anything that nobody, saw, nobody's surprised about. They're just being able to do it still on the same level. You know what I mean? And I think that's what's surprising to people. Like Travis Kelce, we knew about him.
Yeah.
We knew he was being utilized in the offense. You know what I mean? So again, the guys that they have, the Scantlings and what's the guy from the Giants that they just got?
Tony.
Yeah, Kadarius Toney. All of those guys add up to a Tyreek Hill. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So again, and so that takes nothing away for what the the Kansas City Chiefs have done. My Tampa Bay Buccaneers, I really don't talk about them a lot. You know what I mean? Because again, at the end of the day, it is what it is. Now is the time to talk about them. Mm-hmm. Week 10, 5-5. They have a bye week coming off the game in Seattle, in Germany. All right. The proverbial albatross is off of Tom Brady's neck. Okay. Now we can kind of get back to normal. Now we're going to see what the deal is. These next 7 games is going to tell you. Now, if it goes according to like all these predictors and these analysts say, then Tampa Bay is going to finish 12-5, and the world will be great again, and Tom Brady's going to go to the Super Bowl. I don't know.
That's how they see it.
That's how they see it. You know what I mean? Right now, 5-5. Yada, I would take 5-5. I would take 11-6. I would take 11-6.
All right, so let's look at. All right, so you're saying 11-6. All right, so
that's enough to win the division.
All right, look. So they got Cleveland next.
That's a win.
Saints.
We'll beat them.
At Niners.
That's gonna be a tough one.
The Bengals.
We'll win that.
At Cardinals.
We'll win that.
Panthers.
We'll win that.
Last game at Falcons.
Now that might be the game we might lose that because we have, we got things clinched already. I don't see, I see Todd Bowles playing it safe. I don't see, if we got a division clinched or whatever, and we got home field or something like that. If we're battling for home field, then if we need that game, then yeah. But I don't see us doing 10-7 to me.
All right. Well then, so we say what 11-6 or 10-7, right? So let's look at the Falcons next couple of games because that's also going to determine what's going to happen in that last game. The next game they got Commanders at Commanders. Then they got the Steelers.
Mm-hmm.
Then they at Saints.
We talking about Atlanta here?
Mm-hmm. The next game they in Washington.
They're gonna lose that game.
Then they got Pittsburgh after that.
They'll beat Pittsburgh.
At New Orleans.
They'll win that one.
At Baltimore.
They'll lose that.
Carolina. No. Excuse me. Not Carolina. Cardinals.
In Arizona?
Nope.
At home?
Yep.
I'll give them that one.
And then it's y'all. So if you're going by this, most likely y'all gonna be tied until y'all play each other. So that last game of the season might determine the division.
That's the case.
And it's in Atlanta.
If that's the case, we're gonna bust their ass. We have to do what they have to do. Because now I think that, not for nothing, I'm gonna say this. I think that Brady should be to hang it up after the season. Whatever happens.
I don't know. Brady definitely have to hang it up after this season because
Yeah.
he don't got the juice anymore. They're barely hanging on. He's barely hanging on there. They don't got the juice no more. That's done. That's
right.
over with.
So, and go ahead.
No, I will say so. That's over. So basically, for them to make the playoffs, they have to win the division because without that, they're not going to make the playoffs. There's too many other teams out here. Because if you truthfully look at it, Thursday is an important game for the Cowboys and the Giants. It's very important for them. Not only for our division, within our division, but for their chances of making the playoffs. That they're getting those wild card spots. Because if you look at it now, we win a division, Vikings win a division, and the NFC West is still up for grabs too because Seattle and San Francisco are both tied 6-4. Even though I think San Francisco is going to win the division. I think San Francisco is going to win that division because I can't trust Geno.
Right.
We've seen what happened, with him against y'all in Germany. I don't know if it was the time change or if it was him just going back to being Geno. It was weird, but I just can't trust him as much as I see the improvement that he has made. I just can't trust him. I trust Jimmy G more because I see what Jimmy G can do, and I never lost faith in Jimmy G like how his coach did. By
right.
I never lost any confidence that this guy wasn't a starting, wasn't a starting quarterback. I laughed when they drafted Trey Lance because I was like, well, that's a wasted draft pick right there. You have the quarterback. You just wasting it. You just waste the pick. So I don't know. I just feel like Thursday is going to show, who really wants it, Cowboys or the Giants, because any way you look at it, they're going to come down to second fiddle with us. And I'm not saying that to sound cocky or arrogant, but that is how the schedule is lining up for us. We got our loss. We won. Now we play Green Bay. All right, yes. The run defense is where we lack at the most, but Aaron Jones is a little banged up. I like Dylan, but Dylan is not an every down back. I don't feel as though Aaron Rodgers is going to be able to throw on us like that because we have two of the best corners out there. Our secondary is good. I don't trust Green Bay offensive line with pass protection. So I see us winning this Green Bay game. I do see us winning this game. I feel like our offense probably going to come out more aggressively because we've been flat for these past two games. Even though we won Sunday, it was still flat. We are way better than the Colts, and it wasn't on displayed on Sunday. Like it was, the play calling was bad. The plays was just bad. AJ Brown fumbling the ball, like everyone being too lax with the football. It wasn't good. It just wasn't a good showing. But I still feel like, when we look at the following week we're going to be 10-1. But this Cowboy Giant game, it's going to be that's the game. That's the game to watch on Thursday.
What are we thinking in regards to that? Because I want to get into that, and then I want to get into college football playoff. We'll see what the thoughts on that, and then we're gonna get to Aaron Judge before we get up out of here. Yeah. So what are you thinking in regards? Because you're the competition. You're scouting both of those teams.
Mm-hmm.
So what are your thoughts on the Cowboys and Giants coming up on Thanksgiving?
I think it's going to be a really competitive game. I think it's really going to be it's going to be a battle on the ground. You know, Saquon versus Zeke / Tony Pollard.
Right.
Because to me, I don't care what none of my say. Tony Pollard should be starting over Zeke, and Zeke is only starting because they pay Zeke and they have to. They have to start him.
Yep.
You know, you can't pay a running back like $90 million and not start him.
And have him sitting on the bench.
Yeah, but when you look at the stats, Tony is getting more of the snaps. He's in the game more, it seems like now. And I always told like people who are Cowboy fans or Eagles hater, I said, listen, when we play the Cowboys, I'm not scared of Zeke. I don't care. I'm scared of Tony Pollard out there because he runs so aggressively.
Right.
He hits the hole extremely fast. And he's super hard to bring down. Like you can't hardly single tackle that guy. You gotta like try to corral him in like a group tackle, and he's still pumping those legs and moving the power. Like you gotta get him down.
Right.
I'm not afraid of Zeke, you know, and when you really truly look at it, look just our schedule. Let's just say, all right, we beat Green Bay. Let's just say we beat Green Bay.
Mm-hmm.
Then we 10-1. Let's say, okay, we beat Tennessee. Now we're 11-1. Now we're playing the Giants. Who knows? Hey, we beat the Giants. Now we're 12-1. Then we got Chicago. We beat Chicago. We're 13-1. Now we gotta play Dallas again. Do you think that we're really playing our starters in these last 3 games? Where if
you haven't clinched whole field yet, yes.
Yeah, but I'm just saying. Just think if we are 13-1,
and you clinch whole field.
If we clinch whole field,
you don't have to.
Do you think we're playing any of our starters in these last 3 games?
No, you'll play that like an exhibition game. You'll let them play a series or 2, and then pull up and get them out of there. Right.
Yeah,
that's right.
So like
that's right.
From now till what was that December? What the 18th? Mm-hmm. From now to the 18th December are very crucial games. If we run the table, why would we even care about the next Dallas game or that Saints game or that last Giants game? So they have to really it's really all in our hands. I definitely
absolutely. Because again, you can kind of play it how you want to play it. If you feel like 13-1, you know what I mean. But again, that's contingent on what else happens. But if you're 13-1, you've done everything you need to do. You should be about 2 or 3 games clear of the next person, of the next team. You know what I mean?
Because the Vikings, the Cowboys did us a favor by beating the Vikings. They helped us as much as they hate us. They helped us out a lot by beating them. Now we have sole possession of first place. So if we go down and by the time we get to December 24th and we're 13-1, we clinch the division. We clinch home field advantage. I those last 3 games is not going to mean anything. So, these Dallas fans who hate us so much, y'all so riled up about wanting to take us out, that December 24th game ain't going to mean anything.
You know what? I'm going to say it like this. I'm looking at the standings right now. And if y'all go like you said, down the road is 13-1. I mean, Minnesota will probably lose a game or 2 by then. So that'll be 4 losses for them. So the next closest team to y'all as far as losses is concerned is Minnesota. Y'all beat them already.
Yeah, we already beat them.
So 13-1, y'all should be looking at home field advantage. And I mean, the division, the Dallas and Giants games is up to y'all. If y'all want to win them games, you don't really have to, but those are division games. That's the other shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I get that, but if we already, I'm looking at it as a
clinch home field, then whatever. It's whatever. If you clinch home field already, it's whatever.
Because other than that, like you said, there's nobody else close.
There's nobody even close.
There's nobody
even close. Minnesota leads the North. They got 2 losses. Tampa Bay leads the South. They got 5 losses.
Yeah.
And the Niners lead the West. They got 4 losses.
Yeah. So there's nobody close. So if, like I said, whoever wins against the Giants and the Cowboys, those are important games for them because they have to try to get their feet set for the playoffs. They fighting for position.
Right, absolutely.
We have our position right now. Yep. We have our position.
Oh yeah, you in the catbird seat. You chilling. You calling all the shots.
So now they're fighting for either 5th place or 3rd place. No, 5th or 6th. No, 6th. No, 5th or 3rd place, I believe.
Well, the top team gets a bye. So you guys will have the bye probably.
So then Minnesota probably would be 2nd because they will win that division.
Yeah, Minnesota will be 2nd. Probably would be the Niners, right? And then Tampa Bay. So that means that Minnesota, Tampa Bay, and San Francisco will all be playing on Wild Card Weekend.
Yeah. So then
you know what I'm saying? That's what that means.
So then the Cowboys and the Giants will be fighting for 5th and 6th spots.
Right. And I mean, because there's 7 this year, right?
Oh.
Yeah, there's 7 spots. The top.
I mean, so all right, so Eagles gonna buy. Number 1 seed gets a bye.
Right.
So then it'd be 2 seed versus the 7 seed?
2 versus 7, 3 versus 6, and 4 versus 5.
Okay. All right, there you go. So so then we look at the standings. So then you got Cowboys, Giants, and then that last spot. It could have the NFC East could be all in the playoffs. If Washington keeps winning, that last spot gonna be between Washington and Seattle.
That's right.
The whole NFC East
could be in the playoffs. That would be crazy.
That's just crazy. Because if you think about it, in the beginning of the season, how we all was talking about the AFC West, how the whole AFC West could be in the playoffs. Well, once you look at that, the whole NFC East.
Yeah, the whole NFC East could be and that's not an outrageous statement. You could make that statement now, and people will look at you and say, "Well, damn." Then they would look at the records and be like, "Well, damn." But then they would go back and see how Washington's playing and be like, "Oh, damn."
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Barring a total collapse from any one of these teams, you're right. Yeah. All 4 of those teams can make the playoffs.
Because I'm looking at Seattle's next couple of games. They are 6-4 also. They're tied at first place with the 49ers.
With 49ers, right.
So their next couple of games, they got the Raiders.
Yep. They're gonna beat the Raiders.
They got the Rams.
They're gonna beat the Rams. The Rams suck this year.
They got the Panthers.
I don't see them winning all. I don't see them winning all 3 of those games.
After the Panthers, they got the Niners.
They're gonna definitely lose that game.
Then they got the Chiefs.
They're gonna lose that game.
Then they got the Jets.
They'll probably win that game.
And then they play the Rams.
And then they'll beat the Rams again.
So
that's what? That's what, 12 and 5?
So you got to lose them 2 more games?
So that's 11-6.
Mm-hmm. That's yeah.
Okay, so look on your schedule and see if Seattle played the Commanders.
Nah.
They haven't played the Commanders? So we're looking at it like this. If Seattle finishes with 11-6, Washington has to. I would like to see all 4 teams in the NFC make the playoffs. I would like that. Would be crazy. I would like to see that.
Let's look at that. All right, so Washington, they play Falcons.
Yeah.
And then they play the Giants. Oh crap! They play the Giants back to back. They got a home and away.
Against the Giants. Wow.
That's
going to tell it right there. That's going to tell it right there.
Right there. Yep. Yeah.
Yep. That's going to tell it. And then y'all sitting back with Dallas watching them play each other, watching the Giants and Washington play each other back to back.
That's crazy. I never seen.
So that's what's going to cut that thought about the NFC East, all the NFC East teams making the playoffs.
Yeah, that's
crazy. Yeah.
Right there.
Yeah.
And then after that, I wonder who did the scheduling with that because that's weird. Then they play the 49ers. And then they play the Browns. And then the last game of the season they play the Cowboys.
And this is Washington.
Mm-hmm. So Washington,
that's spooky.
That's a very spooky schedule because
it's spooky for them. That's because they got Deshaun Watson. Deshaun Watson gonna be ready by then.
That's a
Deshaun Watson game. Under him by then. Yep.
That's gonna be spooky for them. The Cowboys, they're gonna be playing the Cowboys gonna be playing their players because this is gonna be playoff position.
Right. Absolutely.
Washington got a tough schedule. I can't believe that they got them playing the Giants back to back.
Yeah.
I never seen nothing like that back to back. I wonder, is that the first time that has happened? Like a division game?
In my recollection, I don't ever recall a team playing another team back to back. You know what I mean? Unless it's some something in the scheduling or something's going on, but I never recall a team playing a team back to back. That's crazy.
All right, let's look at the Niners real quick because they 6-4 also. So the Niners they play the Saints on Sunday. They play the Saints Sunday.
At home?
At home.
Right. Okay. That's a win.
And then they home against the Dolphins.
That's gonna be a good one. But I think they'll win that. I don't trust Tua in them.
And then they play your Bucks at home.
Damn, that's 9-4.
And then they got Seattle on a Thursday night game.
All right, that's a third short week in Seattle. 9-5. 9-5.
Then they got Washington at home.
10-5.
Then they at Raiders.
11-5.
Home against the Cardinals.
12-5.
So that's 12-5.
That's 12-5. That's enough to win the division.
That's enough to win the division.
And what did we say about Seattle? What, 11-6 about Seattle?
Yeah. Yeah.
All right. So the Niners win that division. Minnesota's going to win the North. Win the East. Yeah, we're going to win the South. I just think that the next couple of weeks.
Are we saying 11-6 is the
barometer? Yep.
For wild card, like you gotta be 11-6 and up.
Yep. Double digits, all double digits. No single. We'll say this: no single digit teams, no single digit win teams
will make the playoffs.
9-8. 9-8 is not going to get it.
9-8, no.
10-7. 10-7 is the bare minimum. 9-8 is not going to get it.
But 11-6 is like the mark.
Yeah. 11-6. It won't be no 11-6 teams on the road in the playoffs in the first round. Lockout weekend.
So now, so let's look at the Cowboys. But now that's going to be tough.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So now, so we know Thursday, Cowboys and Giants. That's a toss-up game.
The Cowboys and the Giants in Dallas.
In Dallas.
Mm.
And then after that, they got Colts at home.
They should win that.
The Texans at home.
That's a win.
They at Jacksonville.
See, I'm above this. I'm above the mind that they're not going to win all of those games. They're going to lose one of them. And
then after that, it's against the Eagles.
Yeah.
We don't know what's going to happen. You know, if we're going to be playing like our starters like that, who knows? Then they got a Thursday night game against Tennessee in Tennessee.
Oh, that's going to be tough.
And then the last game is them against Washington.
Right.
So it's like
Dallas could go 13-4, or they could go 11-6.
So you telling me they only gonna lose one of these games because they 7-3 now.
Mm-hmm.
So you're saying they're only gonna lose one?
I said they could either go 13-4.
They could go
13, or they can go 11-6.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, I can see that.
I'm not, I think that 40-point explosion against the Vikings was the aberration. I think it said more about the Vikings than it said about the Cowboys.
Well, I mean, I already said that we didn't put the blueprint out on how to beat the Vikings. You just have to take away Justin Jefferson. That's it. You take away Justin Jefferson in the run. That's it. Because who are you gonna throw the ball to?
Mm-hmm.
Thielen, TJ. They took TJ out the game.
Right. I saw TJ drop a couple of passes too.
Yeah. And then
damn, son.
Kirk Cousins became Kirk Cousins. You know, when he doesn't have his shiny toy to throw the ball to, he doesn't know how to run the offense without that. He needs Justin to be Justin Jefferson.
Mm-hmm.
He's like
not George Jefferson.
Not George Jefferson. I'm gonna tell you, the Vikings are the Brooklyn Nets of the NFL. They need Justin Jefferson to go off. Like I always say, KD and Durant have to score 1,000,000 points for these guys to win. Our bench right now is beating the Brooklyn Nets. It is it's 80-79 in the third quarter. We have one starter out there, and Tobias Harris, who just came back for an injury. They have their whole roster out there.
But see, I think, you know what? I just think that, people talk about, oh, well, they got their bench. They should be blowing them out. To me, it's like the bench don't have nothing to lose. They just go out there and play. You know what I mean?
The only reason I say that is because they have these two I'm not even talking about Ben. So they got these two offensive geniuses out there, and Kevin Durant and Kyrie Irving. Everybody. So he's such a pure scorer. Score. We have nobody out here. None of our scoring is out there. All three of our stars are injured or sitting on the
watching the game.
Watching the game. When you have a guy by the name of Kevin Durant, Kyrie Irving, right now you got Curry out there, and you got Joe Harris out there. You got Ben Simmons. You got all these shooters. Royce O'Neal out there. All these shooters, and we are winning. People came to this game. This game is sold out. You know why I know all these people here? They're here to boo Ben Simmons. They are here to boo him. It didn't even matter if we win this game.
Yeah.
What matters, but now that we are winning, it's like the icing on the cake. Nobody. when they said Joel was going to be out for a couple of days, and then we know Maxey got the broken bone in his foot, and Harden's still out with his foot issue. We look at this as a loss. We check it with a loss, but to see these guys out here playing hard and just giving them all they got, it makes me look at Brooklyn like, you guys have a problem. Brooklyn has a real problem. And I feel like somebody has to go. One of these three that's on this team, they have to go. Something's not working. Something's not fitting. And it's bad. And I just need to ask a question, especially for you don't even have to be a Sixers fan, but just a basketball fan. What the hell is PJ Tucker out here doing? We paid this man $30 million.
He out there to show off his sneakers.
Yo, this guy, he will play 33 minutes and have zeros across the board. Ew, Tobias Harris. That was nasty jumper. But he would have across the board. Like, I feel like we got PJ Tucker a year too late. Because he gives us nothing offensively. He's supposed to be a 3-and-D guy. He's supposed to at least give me a 3 in the corner, a corner 3, once in a while. He can't even give me that. If we pay this man $30 million to come here, like, I feel robbed.
You feel robbed.
Yeah, I feel robbed, and I'm pretty sure that some of my Sixers fans out there feel the same way that I feel, because I have been watching, them play, and then I'll turn to the stat sheet, and I'm like, all right, this guy's been out here for 33 minutes. He's 0 for 1 in field goal percentage. He's 0 for he's 0 for 0. Like he had not taken a 3-point attempt.
It's like he wasn't even there.
Yeah, he has 2 rebounds, 1 assist, 5 fouls, 0 points. But you have 33 minutes. So what have you been out there doing for 33 minutes?
This is what he was doing.
And then that's what makes me point my finger at Doc Rivers like, Doc, what the hell do you see that we all who have eyes are not seeing?
Doc Rivers trying to get his internet.
Giving us nothing. Giving us nothing, but you still.
I'm sorry.
But you still want to play him for 30-something minutes. Where's the rebounding? Where's that dog that we had to play against last year?
He got tired counting that. He got tired counting the $30 million.
So he got the money. It was like
he got tired. All the numbers, man. Roll them out.
Yeah, I'm like, where's this guy at? Like, I know he's undersized, but he's supposed to be this undersized bulldog that makes it tough for the opposition to score. But it seems it's like it's easy. I'm like, oh wow. So PJ just going to stand here and just stand in the corner and watch all this happen. PJ, you're not crashing the board? Like, what's happening? Are you playing too many minutes? Oh, that's what it is. You're playing too many minutes. Hey, Doc, take PJ out the damn game.
That's what it is. And now you heard the word from Yada. We get ready to get up out of here, yo. Yes. College football playoff rankings, LSU not in, USC not in, just outside the top 4, which has Georgia at number 1, Ohio State number 2, Michigan number 3, TCU number 4. I'm pulling for TCU. I'm pulling for them. They're gonna have to work a lot harder than Georgia, Ohio State, or Michigan. But I'm still pulling for them. They gotta
win every game.
Yeah, they gotta win, and they gotta win every game convincingly. Aaron Judge talking to the San Francisco Giants. Really don't mean nothing. He's from Cali. Like I said, I'm not really looking forward to him coming back. Steinbrenner's talking about they want him back. They're going to pay whatever it takes for him to come back. I just think that's, he's going to go out there and test the market as he should. You know what I mean? And if he wants to go home, let him go home. Let him go home. But we're about to get up out of here, man. Yeah, no doubt. We're about to get up out of here. Salute to everybody who rocks out with us on Down in Sports Talk, man.
Get your picks in. We got some.
Yes, get your picks in. You already know. Thursday, you got early joints, so get your joints in. You already know what it is. Salute to everybody who rocks out with us, man. Y'all just get ready to finish watching the Sixers and boo Ben Simmons a little bit. You know what I mean?
Always got to.
Always got to. So that's what that is. So, yo, everybody do what they do. Enjoy your holiday, man. Make sure it is what it is. Don't forget, we got the plate reviews. Some feelings might get hurt, but it is what it is. Rock out with us, man. We rock out with y'all. I'm on Twitter at RMDes. That's YADABEAR over there. You know the vibes. We're about to get up out of here. Don't go nowhere. We out. We'll talk to y'all next week. All right. Y'all be peace wherever y'all go. We out. I think we out. Yeah, we out.
We out,
We out, son. Peace.